Continuing where I left off, July 2017. I purchased this game. I guess it was on sale on Steam for a computer after my first Xbox 360. I think in 2017. Tropico is a government simulator, real-time strategy sort of game that is not on PlayStation. Therefore, I had never played it. Even from the first iteration, Tropico 1, that was only on computer. And my Xbox has since crashed and broke. When it fell, the disk drive broke, and the whole thing was just, it was completely trashed. So anyways, I'm going to load this island over here, pick up where I left off in 2017. That was quite a different time. In my last video, I just left off here. Here's a virtual character. There's not a whole lot of options of characters, although that is internet celebrity Belle Delphine character. And looks like she's about to get in a fight. Fight that man, Belle. I'm just trying to think of what button is to punch. Space? No, that's a jump. E? F? Well, okay, so tab? Oh, and now the fight just started. The crouch button? Okay, just try to run, Belle. Looks like the whole computer crashed, my phone crashed, all at the same time. It's incredibly unfortunate. Is it restarting? I don't know. Yo. Well, I really didn't even want to... I did want to play Tropico. Maybe that had not happened. Otherwise, if I just had Tropico only. Yeah. Well, when this happens, the computer is not going to restart for quite a long time. I'll see if I can restart it over here. There it goes. Great. Alright, so... now the camera's gonna literally crash and fall. This tripod is not very sturdy. Okay, from the top. Oh, password. I think I'll have to wait a while for the game to boot up. I don't have any sound to go along with this. In my opinion, it's sort of like spending a few hours training on this game, sort of like You know how a lot of people make jokes about the Oregon Trail or something like that? This game here, a few hours, a few days worth of playing is equivalent to a political science degree, a lot of different government type of degrees. What does it say? There's a problem with... Oh. You got a problem with me? I got a problem with you. Just talking to the computer. I've mentioned before how video games are one of the best forms of video resume. It's like a new thing in the new millennium. After the 1900s, there's something called a video resume. Something that wasn't really possible before, for a company to be like, yo, show me a video of like how you are. Or like, it used to just be like you could kind of hear how someone's personality is over the phone, and that was usually enough. And now it's sort of like, has to be more than that, something like a video. It's sort of like an audition or something like that. I'm just trying to think. So I've said how a lot of people are completely missing the awesomeness of how video games can be used for good, of sort of demonstrating one's personality and a whole lot of other things, ability to lead even. Alright, so here goes Tropico, and the idea is sort of like the best analogy are airplane piloting simulators. I don't think anyone would disagree that any pilot, before they're given controls of a real plane, ought to be familiarized with the controls of the plane, with the different reasons that people are most likely to have a collision with the ground. Sort of like how in automobiles, cars, there should be like a list of most common reasons that people crash. You know, there should be some kind of like a study or something about that. And so what this is like a government simulator. Could be compared to, and these quotes are some of the best quotes right here. When a dictatorship is fact, ideas do not need weapons, as Castro quote. It's sort of like a Castro simulator over here. Awesome. So I haven't seen this place in a long time. What I said today in a stream when people started talking about sports is that the Astroworld Stadium is now part of that $2 billion lawsuit. So what I'm trying to do is that the way that most people play video games, it's hard to tell like what's happening, especially in a game like this. There's so much stuff going on. I'm trying to avoid having that happen. So I'm gonna have a view like this from the street and show how one can run an island from street level. A lot of first-person video games are like this. You know, have a similar viewpoint of this, and I would say like 0. There's no way that I can just move. So I guess what I forgot is that the mouse is like the only controller in this game. I'm just trying to think, how do I rotate the camera though? There it is, okay. So, El Presidente is a character. Where's he at though? Augusto? Alright, here he is. What's he doing there? So he has a really nice car, as we could see. He was being dropped off. He's been in office for 35 years. He's issued 2 edicts. He has no money in a Swiss bank account. And he's earned no dollars. He's completely selfless. He's going somewhere. Where is he going? We don't know. Now he's running. Whatever this building was, I'm going to take a closer look. Is that the mission? I think it's the mission. So entering through here is kind of rickety. the way I'm doing this. Oh, that's a foreign office. So it has 3 workers. There's 1 available spot. So they're now hiring. Oh, a poison dissident. Well, if it was a poisoned like citizen of Tropico, that would be of concern. Okay, so here's a message from Penultimo. Presidente Pinochet, a famous Russian dissident, was poisoned and died. European media are blaming the Kingdom of Great Britain, while the USSR I'm trying to think of the song, the Beatles song, denies any involvement. Fortunately, they've been put on the spot and can remain positive. It says neutral. I'm just changing these words up. We should pick a side soon, son. What is our stance on the matter? Well, Penultimo, I have informed Presidente Pinochet, and he wants to say that the Kingdom of Great Britain was probably not involved. And Penultimo would not want to tell me the bad news, to tell Presidente Pinochet that European relations are going to go down 25 points. They're going to lose that respect. So anyway, so back to what I was saying. So now this place is no longer now hiring. One thing that I can have Presidente Pinochet to do is to lower the wages from average wages into minuscule wages, and just watch how these fine workers might quit their job. And generally speaking, the way in this video game is the same way that stuff plays out in real life. So a freighter just imported $14,000 worth of goods, and the same freighter is exporting $126,000 worth of trafficking goods. So that's where the money comes from. And if the money's running low, then what El Presidente can do, as I was saying about these ladies, one might quit and she might run against El Presidente and she might have a campaign against him. So where did Presidente go? So I have to keep an eye on Marcelina Johnson, Eulalia Arnaud, and Anselma Zan with a Z. One of them might run against Presidente to become the next Presidente. So I'm just trying to think, where's the stadium at? There's the palace on the right. Look to your right, you'll see the palace, El Presidente's palace. Cathedral just behind it. Is that the side of the palace? Yeah, so going in the side. Here's the cathedral right here. Need a better view of the palace. Where's the front of it? That's not the palace. Everything looks different from the street level. That's a mansion. So some people live in the mansion. There's a guy in a suit. He's a banker who probably lives in the mansion. Let me check his house. Job and house. Oh wait, no, he lives in a shack. Is this the same guy? Or is that a different one? So the name is Carlitos Gonzalez, who lives in a shack, and he's a banker. Here's a stockbroker who lives in an apartment block. Okay, so here's another lady who is pregnant with child. Not enough space. Huh? Running out of space over here on the island for new citizens. So one thing that can be done is she can be arrested and put in prison. And that would work, yet the island doesn't have enough money nor the resources to have a prison cell or a prison. And historically speaking, prisons were used in the case of prisoners of war and newly occupied territory. Also for invading armies as a deterrence, prisoners would be released and used as a military force against the invading force. So she can even be eliminated. She could be claimed a heretic by someone from the cathedral. So here she is. She's at this parking garage. Here's the cathedral where the priest is going to declare her a heretic.